Youth sport seems to change people now in a way it maybe didn't as much years ago. When I was a kid, parents still coached. That's not new. But in the club I grew up in, there was already an understanding, and this was 30 years ago, that parents probably shouldn't coach their own children once they reached a certain age. If parents wanted to coach and help the club out, they coached another age group. And that mattered. It created distance, it reduced favouritism, it protected the kid, and it made their role a lot clearer. And back then, parents didn't automatically walk into coaching thinking they were experts. They had to learn. They had to understand how to coach, how to communicate, how to build sessions, what games worked, what drills helped, and what children actually needed. But the one thing many of them were naturally good at was building relationships. They connected with children. They knew the child came first. It was all about their experience. The coaching knowledge took time, but the human side was already there. Now I think a lot of this is flipped. Adults can Google a drill, watch a session online, copy a tactical idea, and then suddenly feel like coaches. They come in with endless practices, tactical language, pressing systems, build up patterns and set plays for kids who are still learning how to enjoy the game. And you end up with 6-year-olds being taught how to press from a goalkeeper restart before they even learned how to feel safe, confident, involved and valued. That's back to front. Connection should come first. The child should come first. The environment they're in should come first. Because if the adult doesn't understand what it means to be a human coach, no drill will fix that. And this is why so many problems start. Parents on the sideline get frustrated because they can see language doesn't match the reality. Every youth team says it's about development, but too often the behaviour says something else. The team gets called a development team, but decisions are performance based. The same players start, the same players get the meaningful roles, the same players are trusted when the game matters, the same players get patience after mistakes. And the others, they just get the scraps. A few minutes at the end, a poor role, a token appearance when the result's already gone. That's not a meaningful opportunity, because every kid knows that. They know the minutes matter, and they know when the minutes don't. They know when they've been trusted and when they've been managed. They know when they're part of a team and when they're just being fitted in so a coach can say everybody got a shot. And then those token minutes get used against them. The kid comes on cold, nervous, already aware that they're on trial. And if they make a mistake, the adult says, now that's why they don't start. Or the child doesn't fly around full of confidence because they already feel like they don't belong. And the coach says, see, they don't want it enough. But the environment helped create that behaviour. And that's the bit the adults miss. Development's not just about saying the word. Development means making every child a little bit better over time. It means meaningful minutes, meaningful roles, real involvement, fair opportunity, a chance to make mistakes without being written off, a chance to be involved when the game still matters. Not because every kid's the same, not because standards don't matter, but because children cannot develop properly in environments where opportunity is already decided before they arrive. So how does youth sport change? I talk a lot about parents, I talk a lot about coaches, but the truth is, this can't only come from individual parents or individual coaches. It has to come from clubs. Clubs need standards, clear standards, not posters on a wall, not vague lines about respect and honour and integrity and development. Actual standards that tell every coach, every parent and every child what this environment's meant to look like. What does fair opportunity mean at this age? What does development mean at this team? How will playing time be handled? How will mistakes be treated? How will coaches communicate? What role should parents expect? What happens when the behaviour of the adults damages the experiences of the children? That shouldn't depend on the coach your kid gets. An under 10, 13 or under 15 team, they should all sit under the same club values, the same expectations and the same child-centred standards. Because right now, too many families sign their kid up without knowing what they're walking into. Then when the environment turns out to be unfair, unclear, political or performance driven, they're left thinking, What have I put my child into? What have I exposed them to? And by then, the kid's already carrying it. That's why clubs have to lead. Because when clubs don't set the standard, every coach becomes their own little island. And when every coach becomes their own island, children's experiences depend too much on the adult personality, adult ego, adult bias, and adult ambition. Youth sport doesn't need more drills before it understands children. It needs better environments. And that starts with clubs being honest about what development actually means and looks like. Play strong for sport, play strong for life.